Good happy Friday, everyone. It is Dungeon Master Mark. Figured I would go ahead and do the updated video for today's game session. Today, of course, is day 12 of our quarantine, so it's session 12. This will be level 2 of the Undermountain. So the party made it through the Undermountain yesterday. Of course, they made their way down to the next level. They did have a pretty good time. They did have a little bit of trouble negotiating with the Yuan-Ti. They had used up their spell slots that they were going to use for comprehend languages, so they had to use like a linguistics and kind of explain things a little more simply than they'd like to, but they were able to hash out a deal where in the future, for at least some type of monetary value, they would be able to come back and rest or pass through that area if they need to in the future. So, like I said, luckily they had saved the Yuan-Ti or snake people, whatever you want to call them, before, so they made a pretty decent deal with them. So the party is actually going to come down through this little chamber. When they come down, the very first thing they notice is this large group of hobgoblins. And the hobgoblins actually made their way through a different set of tunnels. And of course they came out into a chamber which the party did not see. And they are trying to break in down here and investigate. They're trying to find a new place basically for their community, which, let me get a close-up of those hobgoblins here in a second. They are absolutely beautifully painted. One of my friends did these for me. And these are the Otherworld miniature hobgoblin. There's actually, I believe, 32 of them all together, so they're beautifully sculpted minis. Of course, they're all done as a military unit. Of course, you got the cleric over there looking all beady-eyed, like, oh my god, someone's attacking. But yeah, definitely beautiful miniatures. Of course, there we have the captain of this militia, or of course the bannerman. You get to focus in a little bit there. So I didn't use all the set, just about, what was it, about 12 or so though. So like this is kind of like an advanced scouting party. They were going to try to get through this little barricaded area here with the, pardon me, with the gate. They were not able to get into that chamber. Plus, every time they touched the portcullis, these undead wolves would attack them, and then the skeletons would start moving that way. As soon as they stopped touching it, they would go back into like a ready position, which this is actually where the next level is. It goes down, but of course the party doesn't know that, and the hobgoblins don't know that yet. They believe it's probably unlocked somewhere else. When they first exited here, they went to the left, and of course they encountered some rust monsters, which they were quite leery of. They came back, rested for the night. Of course they had some extra weapons with them. Once they made sure the rust monsters had went back over to their little corner there, they noticed there was some goblins running about, which of course the hobgoblins aren't really worried about the goblins. They just see them kind of as a nuisance. The goblin tribe, though, at one time used to have this whole level to themselves, and of course then they got pushed out of the caverns. They do have a prisoner over that way that they had captured probably about 6 months ago, and this person somehow luckily is still alive. But of course over this way we have some female goblins, basically the whole tribe. There's a troll hound, the chieftain riding on a giant lizard, or I should say technically a medium-sized lizard with a sticky tongue, another troll hound, and then some more females. For the purpose of this quest, I'm going to say that every other female is holding a little baby goblin. So it's going to be kind of one of those things does the party want to help the hobgoblins, who at least are kind of neutral, or do they want to help the goblin tribe, which of course is already established here, and now they're being pushed out. Both of them offer them assistance and maybe some type of former aid in the future, if they're willing to help them push the other one out of their territory. Of course, I don't think anyone wants to kill baby goblins, but one of those moral dilemmas for the party. This particular human here was a wizard. Of course, he was stripped of his spell book and material components, so it'll be interesting to see if the party does rescue him. And then, of course, what favors he might be able to do for them, or if they can find a spell book for him, which may or may not be in that chest right there. Besides the rust monsters where it opens up to this cavernous area, if you make your way back around this way, there is a very young black dragon. And down that way is the next portal to a different level. So depending on if they encounter the black dragon, it is intelligent, so it can communicate and parlay with them. They might be able to maybe make a deal to get past it, or of course if they want to fight it, the black dragon's more than reasonable. He will gladly take a small sum of money, like 5,000 gold pieces, which no adventurer in the right mind would probably pay. And then of course over this way we have where there's some water flowing. There is one skeleton kind of randomly walking around this area. It acts like its master is long dead and it's just kind of bumbling around. At first the party is not going to notice these Kutoa. A couple of them are up on the cliff kind of keeping an eye out. And then it looks like they're over here trying to harvest bits of this mushroom and then make their way back down this cavernous area, which kind of drops down like a water chute down to a hidden chamber below. So overall, this should be kind of exciting. It's going to give the parties, or I should say party, which is my family, 3 different avenues of where they can choose to go. If they want to go down to the next direct level, they'll be able to go down there. There is the magical portal, which will take them to a random level. Or they could technically go to a Kutoa cavern / city. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what they choose. Like I said, I wanted to give them a little bit of choices as to what they wanted to do. Of course, we're going to throw in the age-old moral dilemma to see what they choose to do in this particular encounter with the goblins. If I had to guess, they'll probably aid the hobgoblins, since they are lawful neutral or true neutral, so at least the party knows that there's a chance they're not going to backstab them. They are kind of militaristic, so the party would be able to sell weapons, things like that to them. I mean, the goblins, they're just crazy, they're evil, and they kind of are what they are. But yeah, I just thought I would go ahead and share today's build with everybody. And then I also wanted to thank everyone for the comments, the likes. I think there was a couple more subscribers, things like that also. So thanks everyone for watching. Like I said, we're trying to do our best to get through this quarantine just like everyone else is. Hopefully you all are staying safe and healthy and hopefully enjoying some kind of gaming or reading or something to keep you occupied in all this free time. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.